Cool, cool. Welcome to Popcorn on the Macabre. This is Dick, and I'm sitting here with the Chatterer,
Hey guys, what's going on?
and we're gonna watch a movie.
What are we watching today?
We're gonna watch. You know what we're watching.
But I know.
You're looking right at the fucking screen, but you just want to build the suspense. Huh?
Yeah, play to the audience.
Yeah. Well, it was made in 1996.
Oh,
And-
that good year.
Yeah, and I mean, I consider it a classic. I know I say that about everything, but this movie really is. I mean, it has stood the test of time. It's called From Dusk Till Dawn.
Well, do you think it's because it's a Tarantino film? Everything Tarantino does is going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It has.
Yeah,
Everything he's touched has, sort of ingrained itself in pop culture, or become part of the lexicon, so to speak. And that's, I'm kind of jealous of Tarantino. I'm jealous of him and Kevin Smith because they got into filmmaking at a really opportune time,
the best time.
Yeah, I mean, they basically took everything from pop culture that we loved, the movies that we grew up on. Between Kevin Smith and Tarantino, and I'm sure there was a couple others in the 90s, they took all that shit that we love and they put it into their movies, and it's like, fuck, man, these guys are taking my ideas. And, I mean, they really did have awesome stories to tell, especially Tarantino. I think he's probably one of the greatest storytellers.
Now, I see Dimension Films up here. Is that who put this out, or?
Yeah, they put out the Scream movies. The president of Dimension Films was Bob Weinstein.
Oh.
Harvey Weinstein's brother.
Okay.
And, say what you want about Harvey Weinstein or whatever, but, like, he catapulted so many fucking careers. Like, I know he's a horrible piece of shit, but
Right.
when you go back and look at, like, just all these great independent movies that came out in the early 90s and so on, I mean, you just can't top some of these movies. And I don't feel like they're putting movies like this out nowadays.
No. At least not that I've seen or can find.
No, they're all on the underground circuit, it seems like, or the indie circuit. Like,
Right.
they'll never be able to get movies like this into the mainstream circuit anymore, I don't think.
No. Well, it's rated R for one.
Yeah, I know.
If it's a horror movie nowadays, it's got to be PG-13.
Yeah, and I want to say that From Dusk Till Dawn had problems with the MPAA, just like a lot of movies that featured excessive gore back then. But yeah, this is a hell of a fucking vampire flick. I mean, it may be in my top 5. I'm not sure. We can probably discuss that as we play the movie. And it's been a while since I've seen it, although I remember like every fucking frame of this movie. But so yeah, we're about to sink our teeth in.
I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, and just to let you guys know, we're watching an old DVD version of this because I didn't want to watch the Blu-ray that was released by Echo Bridge Entertainment. It's kind of a piece of shit. I don't know. I just this was always the version I was used to watching, but anything Echo Bridge puts out, it just, I don't know. Echo Bridge puts a bad taste in my mouth. It's like,
I take it you're not a fan.
yeah, it's the quality of the Blu-rays they put out. It's like they rip them straight off the VHS or something. I don't know, but
No special features.
yeah, bare bones on the features. But yeah, we're on the scene selection menu right now, and I'm gonna say now after my countdown, and we're gonna play the movie in 3, 2, 1, now.
Who all's in this?
A lot of people. a lot of fucking people, man. I mean, everybody. You got Harvey Keitel. You got George Clooney. I mean, you got Tarantino. You got fucking Tom Savini, dude. Tom Savini's in
With
this.
his cock gun.
His cock pistol. Yes.
Everybody will. If there's one thing I remember about this movie, it's Cheech Marin and all of his pussy, and the cock gun.
Yeah. Come on in, pussy lovers. Yeah, that's my favorite part, dude. Yeah. We got smelly pussy.
Now, George Clooney, where was he in his career when he came across this?
He hadn't done, I mean, this wasn't his first movie, but
Did it pole vault it? Do you think
yeah,
this
yeah,
pole vaulted?
yeah, because he went on to do like Out of Sight after this, and with Jennifer Lopez, and but he was just coming off of ER, and I think
oh yeah, I forgot about ER.
yeah, Tarantino directed an episode of ER, and I think that's where they met. I'm not sure, but I think that's why Tarantino wanted George Clooney to play this role.
I mean, and the guy, you know, who would have thought that George Clooney, being in a film where he's being attacked by tomatoes,
Yeah,
would then come to be in this?
I know,
and to become the person he has become.
the man.
Yeah, he is the man.
He's not just the person; he is the man. And speaking of the man, here's legendary actor Michael Parks. Rest in peace.
Oh man,
From Tusk and Red State.
Red State, crowning achievement for me.
Yeah,
in that.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why Kevin Smith hired him, was because of the way Tarantino used him in so many of his movies, and this scene right here is just great. I mean, you're looking at Michael Parks just doing what he does best.
Being a badass.
Yeah, it's kind of it's like an understated performance, but it's so cool. That he just like demands your attention.
Yeah, it's really sad he passed away, because I was really starting to, well, hell, fall in love with him. I guess I got an actor man crush on him or something.
Yeah, I think Kevin Smith was wanting to use him in
anything he did.
I think he was going to put him in Moose Jaws.
Although, I mean,
I mean, it'd have been awesome if he'd have been able to.
Who is the gas station attendant? Anybody?
Yeah, that's John Hawkes, and he would go on to do. He was in the movie Identity. He had a small part in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but he was also, that's Kenny Powers' brother in fucking Eastbound and Down.
Oh, yes, it is.
And he would go on to win an Academy Award for Winter's Bone.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's when people started taking John Hawkes seriously. Here he's just a fucking,
look at that
character.
Look at that
actor.
look Michael Parks is giving him.
Yeah, and the fucking camera's just kind of pulling in on him. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Michael Parks, he's just so he's very earthly. He reminds me a lot of Charles Bronson.
Is he one of the last of a certain kind of actor?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, like those. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. There's that whole that Meisner method, where it's like the actors are playing off the other actors and their eyes. It's all in the eyes.
I was hoping to meet him one day, but
yeah, it would have been cool. And John Hawkes also was in Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. Have you ever seen that one?
No, you keep telling me I need to watch that one.
You need to fucking watch it.
I mean,
it's making me mad that you haven't watched that movie yet, and I guess you're just waiting on me to just put it in.
Yeah, I mean, to
just
pull the library, to go to your library and pull it out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Look at Tarantino.
Yeah. Here we have the Gecko brothers.
How do you think Tarantino did acting?
In this one, I think he did a damn good job.
I agree.
Yeah, and maybe that's because he wasn't having to focus on directing so much. Because I think at one time he was supposed to direct this, and he and Robert Rodriguez employ a lot of the same stylistic choices with regards to composition, their shots, a lot of cool zooms and punch-ins, and I think Robert Rodriguez respects Tarantino's style enough to where, like, when he read the script, he was probably like, okay, well, I need to make this close to a Tarantino film, as close as I can. But, Robert Rodriguez, of course, took over, and I think Tarantino was like, okay, good, because I need to focus on my acting, because it fucking sucked in Pulp Fiction.
Like, I've kind of not really come to like him on anything.
Yeah, like, Well, I mean, like, what else would you say?
Like, I wasn't a big fan of his character in Hateful Eight.
Was he in Hateful Eight?
Yeah, he was. He was like one of the old cowboys with the dynamite and TNT.
No, dude, you're thinking of.
No, he's there, man.
No, you're thinking of Django.
Okay, Django. Yes. All right. Yep.
Django.
You're right.
Django.
Django. Man, Michael Parks going out.
Yeah, it's one of the best openers, dude.
Oh.
Because I was not expecting that first time I saw this movie. I was not, I didn't think it would open up like this with a bang. Literally with a bang.
They're brothers, right?
Yeah.
If it would take a lot for me not to beat the shit out of my brother after he just killed two people that we probably didn't have to kill.
Well, and that's the source of George Clooney's anger in this movie. Is the fact that he's always having to take up and babysit, his little
Watch
brother.
him.
Yeah.
He can't go away for 5 minutes without something coming back and being fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and George Clooney even says it himself in this movie. He's like, I'm a professional fucking thief. I don't rape women that I don't have to, and I don't fuck. Or I don't know. The exact line is, I don't kill people that I don't have to, and I don't fucking rape women. So basically, what he's saying is like, I'm the dude that steals and keeps it professional. Right. You're the motherfucker who can't keep your hands off these fucking women.
He's actually the bad,
sucking their toes and shit. We'll get into Tarantino's foot fetish here in a little bit.
He has a foot fetish? This is new to me.
Oh, Tarantino's got a foot fetish.
I like his movies are like really raw.
Yeah. One of those chicks that just ran out the door was in Jackie Brown. She played like one of the clerks in the mall that when Jackie was going to the dressing room to get the money out of the the dressing room.
Right.
She played one of the clerks.
Man. He's like, look what you made us do.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Obvious fucking burn suit there.
Still,
it's so awesome though.
I don't see enough of it to count, and I'm Mr. Continuity.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're like 5 minutes into this movie, and
it's hard for me to talk. It's like I'm getting drawn. You get drawn right to it.
You do, and that's one thing that Rodriguez and Tarantino are so good at is they know what people want to see. They know that we want exploitation and blood, fire, explosions, fucking hardcore criminals.
I think this might have been the first Tarantino movie I saw in the theater.
Unofficial Tarantino movie?
Yeah, unofficial.
Yeah, yeah, I know, dude. I consider this a Tarantino movie, even though he didn't direct it. Kind of like True Romance.
Yeah, I just forget.
Yeah, it's the same with True Romance. It feels so much like a Tarantino movie that you have to consider it. Part of his filmography or part of the Tarantino canon.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
Didn't he help get Tarantino
kind of
going for Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, he kind of did.
Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
I've always kind of had a crush on her.
I know you have. I kind of had a thing for her in Cape Fear.
What about it?
Natural Born Killers.
California? Isn't she in there with Brad Pitt?
Mm-hmm. I think they dated for a while, didn't they?
I don't know, but I would have.
Yeah, I think. Or you would have dated Brad Pitt, or.
I mean, sure.
Juliette Lewis.
I mean, if I was a Juliette Lewis, I would probably dated Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
But yeah, Juliette Lewis, she kind of gives me a swing.
Yeah.
That's good special effects.
It is.
It's really gross.
K&B, speaking of, did the special effects, as we just saw in the opening titles there.
The one and only K&B?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the story behind that is, Robert Kurtzman, who was part of K&B at the time. Robert Kurtzman had a story that he wrote, and and he approached Tarantino with it, and he was like, "Hey, I don't know how to flesh this out into screenplay format." He was like, "Can you do it?" Tarantino was like, "Yeah," and so he wrote this movie based on like their effects. He wanted it to really be like an effects driven film, and they only paid fucking Tarantino like $1,500 to do the script, but but he did it and came out fucking awesome. But I like how it all started with just like Robert Kurtzman wanted to do a badass story about vampires in a bar, and he just
Now, does this movie have a tonal shift?
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I know it does.
Absolutely, man. It's one of the best tonal shifts ever.
Best examples of tonal shifts.
Exactly.
Because I can remember really liking this movie and sitting there going, I know there's vampires in here. When's this going to happen?
Yeah, where the fuck are they?
Where are the vampires?
Yeah.
But it was a really good, like, robber kind of try to get across the border movie. It totally...
Yeah. It's a good, a good road movie. Mm-hmm. Like, it takes place on the road for the most part, and you're just, like, riding along with these fucking criminals who you actually kind of fall in love with,
Oh, yeah, you're waiting for them to get across the border.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, as sick and detestable as Tarantino's character is, I mean, you actually like him.
Well, I'd have to say I like Clooney.
Well, yeah.
The brother,
yeah.
I was honestly waiting for him to die.
Yeah. Well, that he's going to.
And, no offense to Tarantino either, but I think he looks good on camera right now. Mm-hmm. I think now, as he's gotten older, he just doesn't look that great on camera for me.
Well, the reason why he looks good here is because he's standing next to Clooney. That's the only reason. I think Clooney can make anybody look better. And I think your acting can improve when you're acting alongside George Clooney.
Oh, dude. I think this is Tarantino's acting,
sort of his crowning achievement. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not going to say he's bad in everything.
No, he's not.
Because I really enjoyed his fucking cameo in Desperado.
I don't remember that.
When
he's in Desperado?
Yeah, when he's at the bar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when he's like
Desperado with the case and the guns.
Yeah, he gets shot. They totally fucking kill him. They bring him to the bathroom and blow his brains out. And like, but he's the dude that comes in and he's telling the joke and he's like, he's thinking about his dick, thinking about his glass, dick glass, dick glass, dick glass.
Was that before this, basically? So I would have seen it probably before this.
Yeah, it was probably a year.
I just didn't recognize Tarantino. I think this is what put the image of Tarantino in my head.
Mm-hmm. It was a year before this. And Rodriguez did it just because they were friends. He was like, "Oh, I'll put this dude in my movie," and and Tarantino actually stole that whole sequence, man, because his joke was so fucking epic, and it was just like introducing the world to Tarantino's persona. Because I'm sorry, that motherfucker is not just a director. Like, anytime you watch him in a movie or you see him in interviews and hear him talk, the motherfucker's a character. Like, he's like Elvis Presley, and I think that's what that's what he aspired to be, like this king of cool.
I could see it. Now, what do you think's his best trait? His writing or directing? Or are they...
I would have to say his writing. Yeah, definitely.
Are they close?
Well,
because he's...
Directorially, he's done some very snazzy things. But he's not... It is his vision, but he does, steal... And, I mean, of course, Tarantino will admit this, too. He steals from a lot of other directors.
He's influenced.
He's influenced, yeah.
He was a kid once.
Yeah. And every great artist steals from another artist. I mean, that's just the truth. But I would have to say, as far as originality goes, his dialogue is just it's captivating.
Wow,
I mean, it's
true romance.
Yeah, and I think the fact that he read a lot of these fucking Elmore Leonard novels. I think that's why his dialogue is so good. He's read a lot. He's fucking. He was inspired, of course, by Paddy Chayefsky and David Mamet. Good screenwriters like those guys, legendary screenwriters.
I mean, I'd have to put him kind of in like the greatest screenwriters of maybe my lifetime.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah. He's one of the greatest screenwriters of all time, I think. Not on like a list of, 15 or 20, but I would say he's in the top, maybe 50, top 100. There's a shitload of great screenwriters that I don't want to discredit in any way.
Well, no, and I'm talking about just this guy. I'm not, I'm just now opening myself to the screenwriting world.
Right. Yeah.
And like, that's also like, when I say my life, like, because I know who's the Goldman. I know, he's alive in my lifetime, but this is like kind of the young writer, kind of in my certain like teen to 20s to older, as I'm getting older.
Well, when you say Goldman, William Goldman is a completely different kind of screenwriter. He's very structured, and he believes in timing and structure. He's an advocate for the format,
Okay.
and Tarantino sort of bends the rules, and that's what I like about him. Like, he doesn't always adhere to structural guidelines.
I like how he's always kind of got that 70s feel, which I think we've talked about 70s and some of the late 60s being the best times for film.
I agree.
And he has that feel. And everything he does is kind of different. And it's like a different, like Kill Bill is like got that Kung Fu influence. It doesn't look anything like this,
Right.
And he tells different stories.
And he's also, like in Kill Bill, he does other things too. He pays homage to like suspense films by Brian De Palma. He pays homage to spaghetti westerns.
Right.
And it's not just like completely a Kung Fu movie. That's what's cool about Kill Bill. But Chad's sparking it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Pass me that lighter. I think the prop lighter went out. Now, Juliette Lewis, what was she just coming off of? Do you know from on to here?
I would say around this time, she was probably doing Natural Born Killers, California, which we already brought up. But
I'm upset about myself about that movie, California. I did not know about it until probably 5 years ago.
Really?
I watched that movie, and David Duchovny.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was kind of sad at myself that
so you didn't watch that when you were younger.
I didn't even know about it.
Oh, it's fucking good, man.
Oh, it's epic now.
Yeah.
I at least watch that movie once a year now.
Yeah. I think Tarantino, I think he liked something about Juliette Lewis. And with her being a Natural Born Killers, that was another script that he wrote. That of course he got like a story credit on.
Who, Tarantino?
Yeah.
On Natural Born Killers? Mm-hmm. Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah. They that and True Romance are really similar to each other.
But I really need to go back and watch it now.
Yeah.
But I watched that for the first time when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, it's completely different though. Like, and I think that's why Tarantino was like, "Oh man, Oliver Stone completely fucked my vision up." Because, I don't know. I think that's why he fought for the story credit, because he didn't want to. He was trying to disassociate himself from the script. Because they did change it a bunch, from what I hear.
Now, what's going on? Are these his kids?
Yeah, and this is Harvey Keitel basically dealing with like. He's sort of reached the crossroads in life because his wife died, and he's not sure that he has faith anymore with him being a preacher, and that's kind of one thing I like about his character is that he's having to like find his faith again in the face of vampires,
And why is he dragging the 2 kids along?
I have no idea.
Just to be a turd.
I guess, yeah. It's just like a family outing, It's they probably haven't spent any time together. Like,
so you go to Mexico?
Yeah, I don't. Well, no, they weren't supposed to go to Mexico. Were
Okay,
they?
I
can't
remember.
I don't think so. As far as I know, it was just like a road trip,
and they get caught here.
The geckos drag them to Mexico. Here we have Kelly Preston as the newscaster.
Now, the kid, is he anybody?
I don't know if he went on to anything else. Ernest Liu?
Yeah.
Ernest Liu Kang? I don't know if he went on to anything. He's like the only cast member in this. It's like, I'm not gonna say he doesn't fit, but he's like the only one that really didn't do shit afterwards. But and I think Kelly Preston, see, she's married to John Travolta. I think she still is, but I think that she met Tarantino on the set of Pulp Fiction, and that's how I love that fucking picture of Pete Bottoms.
The death toll is rising.
Yeah. I like how they got the cheesiest fucking picture of that dude, like holding a beer and fishing rod. The legendary John Saxon.
This movie just got manlier.
Oh yeah, this movie is star studded, man.
Now, I really don't remember him in here. I just got hit with like a surprise, a memory surprise.
It's a cameo. He doesn't even pop back up in the movie.
No, so he doesn't even get to kill.
No, but it was like when the camera like zooms in on him there, it's like you think that like he's gonna be like
after him.
Yeah.
Kind of like the guy that was always after Bonnie and Clyde.
Exactly. Yes. You think he's gonna be like the head honcho who's like, I'm gonna take these motherfuckers down, and then you never see him again.
This little with what's coming up, it kind of reminds me a little bit like of what happened in Devil's Rejects with the hotel room and the people.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rob Zombie drew some inspiration.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, because I
know Rob Zombie pays a lot of homage to Tobe Hooper and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I've stolen stuff from this movie before. Did you know this was actually the first screenplay that I ever bought?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought this when I was like 14. 14 or 15. This came out, I think it was like Books A Million. I went up there, and that was like back when they didn't cater to film nerds as much as they do nowadays. And they had a copy of this screenplay, and this actually, I read this fucking thing, and this is actually what got me into screenwriting. It taught me how to do it.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
I was reading excerpts of his Inglourious Bastards the other day.
Yeah.
A little bit of this from the script from Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to try to learn screenwriting, you got to go to Tarantino.
I like the
among
want
others,
more.
But
man.
Yeah,
that's so fucked up. Yeah,
I love how they took the less is more approach on that. The little flash cuts, the intermittent flash cuts, which I stole and put in Close Calls. But it's so effective.
Well, look, their faces say everything.
Yeah, that's all you need to know is like George Clooney's reaction to the sickness that he just witnessed.
His acting. All they needed was that one shot.
Mm-hmm.
It said everything.
Yeah, you get a little bit of it there.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of,
but it's like a wide or kind of a wide.
It's a wide,
and it's further away.
Wide shot, kind of obscure, but you get the crooked painting on the wall and the blood spatter. And, very effective. And it's like a pretty emotional scene between him and his brother. He's like, you better get your fucking shit straight, or I'm going to knock your fucking glasses off again. I like how this kid has got like a Precinct 13 shirt on, too.
Oh, nice.
Another throwback to the 70s.
Do you know where this was filmed at? Was this...
I have no idea, actually. That's something I guess we could look up. But
this is probably all out.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was filmed in Texas, I mean, I know that's where we're supposed to be right now.
Texas?
Yeah. Pretty much right on the border. And I think the shirt, the Precinct 13 shirt that the kid's wearing, I think that's supposed to be like the band that he's in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty cool band.
Imagine, yeah, I know, dude.
I would have taken it for the movie.
Yeah, I would love to be in a band called Precinct 13. That's fucking awesome. This is where Seth gets the idea to take the motor home. And I was reading something earlier. Somebody said that in this scene right here, Tarantino, like, this is the only time he talks to Harvey Keitel.
Really?
Yeah, like throughout the whole time that they're together, supposedly Tarantino, this is the only time he talks to Harvey Keitel. And then, like, you know, he speaks to the son, he speaks to Juliette Lewis, and of course George Clooney, but it's the only time these two exchange dialogue, and the rest of the time he doesn't say shit to him.
Wow. I never really noticed that.
I never noticed that, yeah.
It looks like here, Austin, California area. Is there an Austin in California?
I guess so.
Yeah, it says where he shot the original film in 95. Do you know what he's talking about there? What was he shooting in 95?
Probably Desperado.
Or maybe it's for the TV series. He's shooting it back where he shot the original.
Oh, okay.
That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Did you ever watch the From Dusk Till Dawn TV series?
No, I really wanted to, but I didn't. I don't have El Rey.
Oh yeah, El Rey, the El Rey network.
You got it.
I do, don't I?
Yeah.
Which is Rodriguez's. I believe that's his network.
Yeah, his network.
Yeah.
This gets intense. You know, these, like, with these two brothers, it's intense. Like, or just with Tarantino, he is so intense in this movie.
He is. Yeah, he personifies evil. Oh well, excuse me, all to hell.
To me, this is Clooney also at his best.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't do roles like this much anymore.
No, he came kind of like a heartthrob and started playing all these, like...
Yeah, once he was in the fucking... the fucking movie with... what is it? One Fine Day? The romantic movie One Fine Day. Yeah, with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh.
And then he did the Intolerable Cruelty, the one with the Coen brothers, directed by the Coen brothers. Yeah, he's kind of become like Hollywood's everyman. You know, he's a lot like Tom Hanks in that way. I like this part. Would you do me a favor and eat my pussy for me, please?
It shocked the shit out of me when I first saw this. I was like, "Wait, what? Are you serious? How?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, oh, okay."
Yeah.
I thought it was like, man,
it's like the first time you get into like
his head.
Yeah.
How he thinks.
His fucked up psyche. Yeah.
Because you've seen him reacting and doing things.
Yeah.
But now you're getting to see the inside of his head.
Mm-hmm. This goes to show you how warped he is. Because he actually believes that she said that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he says it later on in one of the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Isn't he all trying to talk to her?
Yeah, he's
when they're in the...
He's like, did you mean what you said back there in the room?
Hey,
because I'll totally do that for you.
That's a pretty good Tarantino.
Thanks, man. I've heard him talk so many fucking times.
And Harvey Keitel, he was in Reservoir Dogs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, you said earlier, like, how he kind of got Tarantino started. He was one of the people that helped him out. Like,
his script got passed to
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, through some hands to Harvey Keitel. A lot of people helped him, but it ended, I think, in his lap.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, yeah, because Tarantino had a friend who had another friend who had like a fucking acting coach or acting teacher that somehow got the script to Harvey Keitel, you know. Yep. And it was just, you know, passed along to so many people until it got in the right hands. How fucking awesome would that be? Just to get a call from Harvey Keitel to be like, hey, man.
I
love your fucking
80-yard TD pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's... you know, and they've worked together quite a bit, too. You know, Harvey Keitel was in Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, this.
Dude, he's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that kind of... Tarantino can pull the best.
Yeah.
He pulls together the best.
I would say so. He always assembles like the right crew, just his cast. You know, his cast is always impeccable.
Heck, to me, that's one of the big parts of a movie, getting that right cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here it is.
And being able to listen to hear him deliver his dialogue, you know. Like, I love DiCaprio in Django. Dude.
So now, back to what you were saying about Keitel talking to who? Who was it? This was, like you said, the only time he really talked to who?
You weren't fucking listening to me, were you?
Well, no, because I'm trying to decide what's going on here, because there's Clooney.
Yeah. Okay, well, Tarantino does not speak to Harvey Keitel anymore.
Okay, Tarantino. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I had in my head George Clooney.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, when he came in there and he asked him, like, he's like, "Can I borrow one of your ice trays? I'll bring it right back."
Yeah. He's in the back of the bus. They don't need him for these shots.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bus.
Well,
It's
it's a bus to me.
It's a motorhome, dude.
Yeah, it's a motorhome.
He's in the back of the bus like Rosa Parks.
Yeah. I can remember being in the theater just going, man, what is going on here?
So you saw this in the theater?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see this until it hit pay-per-view. And I remember watching this over and over again. Because, you know, back in the day when you got something on pay-per-view, it just, you know, you could constantly replay it. And, dude, I had this movie on loop. I loved it so much.
Walmart truck just drove
I know.
by. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Oh, dude, I've always noticed that Walmart truck.
I have never noticed that.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
I love this exchange, too, between Clooney and Keitel, because you kind of get the sense that, you know, they would be the same person.
I think they would be friends.
Yeah, if they were on the same side of the law.
Mm-hmm. I think they would be pretty good friends. They kind of... Or notice they're white and black, the color contrast of the good and good and the evil.
Exactly.
I like when movies do that. They play with the clothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good way to have that irony or that dichotomy, you know, or you know, but it's like they share like similar philosophies, you know, and I think Keitel respects him a little bit for his honesty and professionalism. Clooney's a fucking...
That's why you start rooting for him. That's why you hope for him, because he is a robber, but he has morals.
He does. More than his fucking sick-ass, toe-sucking brother.
Speaking of that...
Yeah, shall we talk about Tarantino's foot fetish?
Yeah, tell me about this, because if I knew about it, I totally forgot about it.
Okay, well, dude, just about any movie he's done, he focuses on feet. You know, which of course, you know, in Close Calls, I kind of did the same thing. You know, anytime you show feet, you want to make sure it's motivated in some way. The feet have to be, you know, moving the character forward,
right?
Or, you know, but he has. I'm not going to say they're not motivated shots, but he does kind of use these arbitrary shots of girls' feet.
Did we miss any already?
No, there's actually one right here in this.
Okay,
scene.
I would like you to point out the feet.
Right here, you get an extreme close up of Juliette Lewis's feet, and
here he goes again.
Yeah. I mean, and this isn't the only movie that does it. Kill Bill had a lot of Uma Thurman's feet, and then Death Proof. I think. In Death Proof, there's, you know, a lot of toesies.
I can remember also watching this and really feeling creep.
Yeah, well, he looks like a fucking pervert.
For some reason, that little, I don't know why, but that scene right there, that back and forth, kind of reminded me of, what's that movie with the cover with the guy with the broken spectacles?
broken spectacles. Straw
Yeah,
dogs?
straw dogs. For some reason, that
yeah.
reminded me of straw dogs. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe the spectacles.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about his testicles.
Well, Dustin Hoffman's glasses get broken in Straw Dogs.
Right.
And Tarantino's get broken in this movie. He may have been paying homage to that. Straw Dogs is one of my favorite films, and I think Tarantino loves the movie too.
Oh.
Straw Dogs, and I think that's where he got...
That's an intense movie at times.
Yeah. It's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Hell Reservoir Dogs, he probably got that name from Straw Dogs, you know.
What'd you think of the remake of it?
I didn't like it.
Didn't like it?
It was pointless. You can't remake a fucking Peckinpah film. Don't even try. Sam Peckinpah was a genius, and you know, you watch like the new Straw Dogs, and it just has none of the impact. It's like they just rehashed the script, and that's all they did. But they didn't get into like a lot of the subconscious elements that the original Straw Dogs was so brilliant at. What do you?
Oh, I had a burp brewing, so I got away.
I thought you farted.
No farts today.
Okay.
Whoops, excuse me.
This is a really good scene too. This is a really suspenseful scene because I did not want him to get caught.
No. This movie, I just remember having me on edge the whole time inside this.
Mm-hmm. It's great at building suspense. Every scene has really intense moments with a lot of either push-ins, zooms, extreme close-ups.
You know what Tarantino did with this movie, right? He made an awesome first half, and it's like stroking the tension, the suspense.
Stroking
the
tension.
That's what I'm getting at. It's stroking. Yeah. It's stroking your cock with a really good movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when Cheech comes in, it's like, I got pussy here, pussy there, pussy.
Come on in, pussy lovers.
Yes, your entertainment orgasm goes off.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, when it gets into that second half with the vampires, I was creaming all over myself, dude. I was like, this is a fucking horror movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
I had no idea, dude. I knew it was going to be, I knew it dealt with vampires.
Hey, is that Cheech right there?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Doing like his best American accent. How many with you?
Just my son and I.
What's your purpose in Mexico?
Vacation. I'm taking him to see his first bullfight.
I love this part right here, man, when Tarantino's like, you just called me a fucking nut, implying that I've been acting like a fucking nut.
I think that's what makes, they're sitting here getting questioned and makes it so intense for me is the fact that he's on the verge of making a scene.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need to make a scene.
And he cannot control himself either.
Would this be a perfect thing of conflict in a scene?
Yeah. Uh-huh. So you have this one uncontrollable character that is just about to fuck everything up,
Harvey Keitel. Man, has he been in anything recently?
Recently, I don't know.
Man, I wish he would be.
Did you ever see him in the original Bad Lieutenant?
No, I really need to see that original. I've seen the Nicolas Cage one.
The part where like he's jerking off in front of the girl and he pulls the chick over and he's like, you ever suck a guy's dick?
Harvey Keitel's doing that?
You ever suck a guy's dick? You ever suck a guy's dick? Oh, dude, it's awkward. Yeah.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, he does it. There's a scene where he pulls a chick over and starts jerking off in front of her and her friend. And like he tells her to like open her mouth and
whoa.
Yeah, oh dude, you got to see it. That movie is raw as fuck, man.
Year?
I think it came out in 92, 93, but it was directed by Abel Ferrara, who did like the Driller Killer and like the King of New York with Christopher Walken.
Ooh, Kings of New York.
Yeah, legendary fucking filmmaker. Do you mind? Shut the fucking door, please. That's my favorite part, dude. I like how Cheech is trying to get like an extra look. He's trying to snatch a peek or peek a snatch.
Ooh, and they made it through.
Yeah. We're in Mexico, you little piece of fucking shit.
Now, what part? Now, what act is this going into, or what act are we in right now?
I would say this is kind of in the second act. I mean,
already?
Yeah.
What started the second act? Them getting in the RV with the family?
Yeah, that may have been kind of like the inciting incident that led into Act 2.
Like the transition?
It's hard to really dissect Tarantino's play on structure because he's so unpredictable.
Well, so does that mean he can have multiple acts?
Yeah. I mean, in some of his movies, I've seen like 4 acts, 5 acts.
I mean, I would say that.
You know, I mean, what are we? We're about 42 minutes into the movie. So, I mean, traditionally, we would be well into the second act, but...
Okay. You know...
But this movie's almost like 2 big halves.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Because, you know, they just crossed the border, but they're not at the bar yet.
Right.
But then, you know, then I was going to ask, you know, is the bar the third act? Like when they transform? Maybe not when they first get there. Mm. There's a lot of inciting little things.
I would say it just has a big second act.
And the second act is from the bar on.
Yeah. And, you know, the third act to me would be the point when they band together to stop the vampires. And
the turning point.
Mm-hmm. Get all the holy water and start rigging.
Would you say this first half ends like a movie, like a little nice movie? They got away. They're in the desert. Yeah. You know, like it... I guess it has its conclusion, and then bam, we hit you with a different fucking kind of movie.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, when you mentioned tonal shift, he's the master of that. I mean, he almost kind of did the same thing with Death Proof too. You know, where you're just kind of following these girls and like these really long-winded dialogue scenes, and then all of a sudden you introduce Stuntman Mike, and it is like the slowest fucking burn, you know, and it turns into like a slasher movie, you know, where a dude's fucking killing people with his car. And you just don't see that coming.
Does it turn... Well, don't they start to go after him? Like they flip the switch?
Yeah, well, that was another tonal shift.
Like a revenge. It became a revenge.
A revenge flick, yeah, totally. He combines a lot of different subgenres together, and that's what makes his script so, you know, exciting. Is that you just don't know where his fucking stories are going to go. And, you know, Tarantino always says that, man. He says that a story or a plot should constantly be unfolding. It should never be predictable or, you know, it should defy audiences' expectations, which this movie definitely
What's
does.
your top Tarantino?
Favorite of all time that he directed?
Mm-hmm. Or written.
Oh, well, we're going to have to not include this one or True Romance. We just can't as much.
Okay, so you want to put just what he's also directed.
Yeah.
So lay it out on the table what we got then.
I'm gonna have to say his masterpiece is, you know, Inglourious Bastards.
That's the one I like.
I mean, it's a really well-made film. Like, he put his whole like heart and soul into that. His whole fucking life. I think it took him like 10 years to write the motherfucker.
They've even got horse pussy there.
We got horse pussy, Spanish pussy, yellow pussy, noga-eyed pussy.
Did you say naga-eyed?
I think that's what he said.
Wow.
I have no idea.
Okay, so sorry for the breakup there, but you know, that's one of the best parts in the movie.
It is. It is. When I first saw that, I was just like, dude, I don't even know what I'm watching anymore.
But yeah, I'm with you there. I think Inglourious Bastards is my favorite. But I feel like a lot of people would say Pulp Fiction, right?
Pulp Fiction would be my number 2. You know, I just think that, like, I mean, do you think Pulp Fiction is not one of his best, or?
I mean, I have to say yes, but I don't know. I feel like I want to say no.
Explain yourself, you son of a bitch.
Man, I really like the second half of Django.
Okay, so Django would be number 2 for you.
Maybe, but then you also have The Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight was really fucking good.
See,
and I might even say that The Hateful Eight was my 3rd favorite by him, just because it pays homage to The Thing by John Carpenter in so many ways. It just, I just fucking love it. It's just a really good movie, and Sam Jackson and God, who's the other fucking dude? Was in Vice Principals.
Vice Principals?
Yeah.
Oh, my the boy from Justified.
Yeah, I
can't think of his name.
I don't know why.
And I want to meet this dude one day.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
God, him and Sam Jackson in fucking Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
That was the ultimate duo.
I think I like Hateful Eight better than I do Pulp Fiction. I'll put Pulp Fiction as 3rd for me.
Yeah. You got to think of what Pulp Fiction did for the landscape though at the time.
Well, I understand.
It may seem tame or predictable by today's standards, but when Pulp Fiction first came out in '94, nobody had ever seen anything like that.
Yeah, and that I understand it.
Yeah,
but I guess my base is I think I like the story better of The Hateful Eight than I do Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
I understand for its time what it was.
It kind of had a singular story though, The Hateful Eight, whereas Pulp Fiction was a bunch of different stories converging, into one.
And also, wasn't it played backwards? Almost like a memento.
Yeah, it was kind of out of sequence, and nobody had ever seen that before either.
Hey, aren't we about to come up on the legend?
Machete? Danny Trejo?
Machete 1, not Machete 2.
Yeah. Machete don't text.
Also from Con Air.
Oh yeah, man. He was in it, and he was also in Desperado too. Remember, he was the dude with all the knives.
Mm-hmm. That's when he was cool. Now he stars alongside Danny Glover in Badass.
Yeah, he's like in some of the worst B films now, dude.
Dude, he's become he's kind of been Walkened too. You know how like Walken, Samuel L. Jackson, they all become like their
caricatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's Christopher Walken, Sam Jackson, even Jeff Goldblum now, dude.
I know. Has
become a caricature of himself. And I would say the same for Danny Trejo, because now he plays the same badass dude in every movie.
Mm-hmm. I think he's also bigger now, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he actually went to prison, didn't he?
Yeah, he really was. I think in Folsom Prison or San Quentin.
Yeah, I think he's got some kind of show out now, how to survive prison or being in prison.
Yeah. Well, I think that's how Michael Mann knew him. When Michael Mann cast him in the movie Heat, okay. I think he knew him from being in prison, because Michael Mann had interviewed a lot of prisoners before, for like the sake of authenticity. When he wrote his crime stories, he wanted to interview like real criminals and real policemen, like Dennis Farina.
You're making me miss the dance.
I'm sorry. I'm talking all.
I'm trying to pay attention to you this time. I got in trouble last time.
Talking all through the tits.
But I was also who cast wise now is going to be added. Are there any big cast members added from this moment on?
I didn't hear you. I was too busy watching tits.
No, there was no tits that time. I guess we got. Is it Salma Hayek that they're about to add?
Yeah.
And now, any other big cast people or cameos? We're about to get one. Or
yeah, I mean,
Savini's coming up.
Savini, and then Fred Williamson.
Fred Williamson. Which one? Who is he?
He was in that movie Original Gangsters.
I'll probably recognize him when I see him.
Yeah, he was in a lot of '70s blaxploitation flicks. And then here you have Greg Nicotero's cameo.
Oh, is that him next to him? Or
the long blonde-haired dude?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I learned something today.
Yeah, Greg Nicotero, man. Pretty much, Tom Savini got him started in the biz. He's like, You don't want to see what this cock can
The other
shoot.
guy next to him was blushing. I think he wants to see how it shoots.
Yeah, Greg Nicotero, man. Legendary special effects, dude. Tom Savini got
Got a lot of people started.
All those guys started on Day of the Dead. That was pretty much, that was their first venture into creating zombies, and that's probably what they're most well known for. Creatures,
Especially today.
Yeah. Yeah, The Walking Dead and all that shit.
Can't say they're not busy. I mean, they're the it boys in the business.
Yeah. Tom Savini's pretty much retired from doing effects too. I want to say maybe the last thing he worked on, I don't know exactly what it was, but I think it may have been in the mid 2000s. But it almost seems like Tom Savini's playing the same biker character that he played in like Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, really?
The original Dawn of the Dead. It's not the same dude, but like, they're wearing the same leather and shit.
Man, can you imagine drinking with your dad?
I wish I had drank with my dad. I never got the pleasure
Yeah, me neither.
of drinking with my dad. I think maybe once on Christmas, I think we drank a little bit of rum together, but I never got like fucked up around him or.
Would you think it'd be awesome if some people forced you to drink around your dad? Took you into a bar with like strip tits. Strip tits. What?
Strip tits.
Yeah. Is that the guy you were talking about?
Fred Williamson. Yeah. King of black exploitation. That chick is hot. Mm-hmm. The one that lit his cigar.
He also looks like he should have been in Predator.
Yeah. Oh, he would have been badass in Predator. Fred Williamson. Yeah, he's up there with like fucking Richard Roundtree and Ron O'Neal. As being like some of the toughest black dudes. Yaphet Kotto and. Supposedly in the script, Fred Williamson's name is Frost in this movie, and Tom Savini's name is Sex Machine. In the script, the names were reversed. Yeah, so Sex Machine was actually Fred Williamson, and Frost was Tom Savini.
Yeah,
they just changed. They swapped the names, but
probably a good thing. Frost with a cock gun.
Yeah. This doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It's like they're in a den. They are in a den.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The mistress of the macabre, the epitome of evil. Lowly dog. Yeah.
I'd like to meet him one day, though.
Danny Trejo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's got lots of interesting stories, dude. Not just about making movies, but probably about like being in fights and fucking who knows,
Now,
the tough road that he's been down.
This is Salma Hayek here, right? Where was this in her career?
She had just done Desperado.
Okay, so she's kind of going up the ladder right now.
Yeah, and this right here, I would say catapulted her to just superstardom because people, I mean, dude, she's so fucking sexy in this. She plays, the character Satanico Pandemonium.
She's the leader, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I like the band.
Yeah, I think Robert Rodriguez is in that band. I can't remember. It's like Tito Lariva or something is one of the band members. But
I mean, they're playing through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Later, though, it's human body instruments, but
yeah. Oh, dude, I love that part. Yeah, I think Tarantino got this name for her. Her name was supposed to be before. Her name was supposed to be like something like Blonde Bitch or something. I don't know. And then he changed it to Satanico Pandemonium.
Thank God, Blonde Bitch.
Yeah, I know it was something like that. But That was a name of like an old Mexican horror movie from the 70s.
Oh, okay.
That he saw apparently on the video shelves and just wanted to name her that. It's got a cool ring to it.
I wonder if she was freaking out with that thing around her neck. She
was. Yeah.
I would be.
She had a phobia of snakes. There's a story behind that. Thanks for reminding me. Apparently, she told Robert Rodriguez that I'm really uncomfortable with doing this scene. Not just because of the dancing, but I think it was mainly because of the snake. She had the phobia. And Rodriguez told her, he was like, fucking Madonna wants this part. And that's when she took it. She was like, oh, hell no. Fucking Madonna ain't taking my part. Madonna? Yeah. Well, back then, Madonna was fucking on fire, dude.
Well, she's still on fire.
Yeah, but, she was the shit back then.
The big thing?
Yeah, so he kind of...
I don't think it would have been that good. I like...
Salma Hayek, man. She's got it going on. Right here, you get a little bit more of Tarantino's foot fetish. Which I don't give a damn, foot fetish or not, this would be awesome.
No. No. No.
Dude, you wouldn't suck on Salma Hayek's toes?
No.
After she's been, like, walking on that dirty fucking bar, those tables.
Yeah. No. I'd rather her spit lugs in my mouth than suck on a toe.
Man. Yeah, shit's about to go down. I like this scene, though. This kind of reminds me of the one that he had in Death Proof with the lap dance.
I know
when exactly, the chick, starts grinding on the Kurt Russell.
That was an intense movie. One of those car crashes was really crazy.
Yeah. First time I saw that chick's leg fucking came off. Oh, shit. Yeah. Death Proof is a lot more intense than this movie because it felt real. There was nothing supernatural.
It was fast.
Yeah.
That was a very fast movie.
Yeah. But this movie, this movie's groundbreaking and it's fast paced, especially the second half. But what I really like about this film is how it kind of revived the vampire subgenre.
Yeah.
Do you remember John Carpenter did vampires like right after this? It seemed like.
Was it right after it?
It probably a couple years.
Okay. I mean, I like that movie.
I love vampires.
I saw that in the theater too.
James fucking Woods. I did too, and I think that we saw it together.
Oh really?
I'm not sure. I may have been with.
I went to see it with a group of people, so.
Yeah. It was like 98, and yeah. Vampires was good though, but it almost seemed like it was kind of ripping this movie off in terms of style.
Yeah, weren't they in the desert?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Crap, And
then of course you had like Dracula 2000. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I have it.
Do you? Yeah. I think Wes Craven was a producer on that.
Yeah, I feel okay about that one.
Yeah, it was all right. Innocent Blood came out before this one, but I wouldn't say that Innocent Blood did anything for the vampire genre. It almost seemed like it was dead around this time compared to the 80s.
This is the only vampire era. Like, these vampire movies we're talking about, because they really started to suck in the 2000s.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. You really didn't see many.
No, they all became friendly
up until Twilight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Vampires. Every monster is friendly now.
Vampires do not sparkle.
But they've made every subgenre of monster or whatever friendly now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
not scary anymore.
They're not scary. I mean, especially when you what would you say is your number one. I know this is hard, but what is your number one favorite vampire movie of all time?
Man, anytime somebody asks me that, I go directly to Lost Boys.
Yeah, I love the Lost Boys.
And then we got Fright Night.
Fright Night's up there for me. It's hard to say what my number one would be, but I love Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah,
Salem's Lot is so fucking creepy, dude.
mm-hmm.
And that's actually one where like you're fucking scared of vampires. Like you're not laughing at them. You don't think they're cute, you know.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But then you have Near Dark.
Ooh, God, yeah, I forgot about that one too.
Yeah, Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen. I mean, oh shit. But for me, and I can't put them in any kind of order, but I would say Salem's Lot, Near Dark, The Lost Boys, Fright Night, and probably, I don't know, maybe this one.
Let's see here, Near Dark, Salem's Lot, Lost Boys. Was another one?
Did you say Fright Night?
Fright Night. And this one.
Yeah. I know we're missing some. Like,
yeah, that's the.
I know there's other good vampire movies. I just can't think of them right now. But these are the.
If they don't come to the top of my head immediately,
they're
then
not important enough.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I have to view it.
Yeah.
This was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this is when the movie just fucking just goes balls out into exploitation land. You know what everybody says about me, huh? I suck. Very good one-liners. I feel like this movie took a lot of inspiration from the Evil Dead movies. Do you kind of feel that way? Like with regards to the humor and some of the slapsticky stuff that happens in it?
I don't know. I'd have to really look at that because I always kind of played this kind of serious.
Well, I mean, it's serious. It's serious in its tone, but with like some of the
lines,
yeah, the dialogue, yeah, some of the one-liners and stuff that come out.
Yeah, dialogue's not my forte for remembering.
Yeah,
mine's imagery.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was cool.
Yeah. But this movie, I'm not comparing the two, but you know, when you watch the Evil Dead movies, they the way that they fight like the demons, you know, and
okay, with that, with what you're saying right there, yes, I can see that.
Yeah, it's like the sense of humor that they had, and it's not cheesy, but like, you know, these vampires kind of remind me of the Deadites from the Evil Dead.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's where I could also see it was kind of in the makeup.
Yeah. And K&B worked on.
There we go.
They worked on Evil Dead too, and yeah. So
man, anytime you say K&B, that's when people should take a shot for this one.
Yeah, I know.
Or Tom Savini.
Yeah.
And Nicotero.
K&B, man, they've had their names on a lot of just really good genre flicks.
Man, what was? Oh, I don't think it's vampires. In Tales from Crypt, what's the first Tales from the Crypt movie? Not Bordello of Blood, but the other
Demon
one.
Knight.
Demon Knight.
Yeah.
That's what, but, I mean, they don't look like the demons, but,
yeah,
man.
That's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, I know. I just, watching all that, had that pop into my head.
Yeah. Which, Demon Knight came out around this same time, maybe a year before From Dusk Till Dawn. But, dude, I love that movie. Bill Sadler. That's who's missing from this movie is Bill fucking Sadler.
I want to say I watched the first one in the theater, but I can't remember that. But I remember the second one in the Bordello of Blood in the theater.
Did you see that in the theater?
Bordello of Blood, I know.
Dennis fucking Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Dennis Miller's awful in that movie.
I have to agree. It's the worst part.
God. Motherfucker. I don't know why they picked him for that role. It'd have been better if they got Dana Carvey.
As Garth. Oh man, this big motherfucker's coming at him.
Yo, monkey man. Anything you got to say to them, say to me first. That is just.
I like how he looks when he gets turned.
Yeah. Oh,
it's sweet.
He looks wicked.
Like
how he just ripped that fucking heart out and had no idea that he was going to do it. He's like, damn, I did that?
Have they just not learned to stake them yet? I mean, I'm pretty sure they've been dying.
Yeah, Tom Savini's been staking a bunch of them. But, well, yeah, he's got the heart in his hand. So, yeah, I think he uses the pencil right here, which I thought was cool. This is a cool little touch where he rams the fucking pencil in the heart and the creature just fucking dies.
Yeah, it's an inventive way to, I don't. Has it ever been done this like in a movie to stake a vampire like that?
No, not with the heart completely removed from him.
Yeah.
Yes. More titties. Well, look at the one on the left. Jesus.
I know which one I'm going for.
Yeah.
That one on the left has experience all over her.
Oh, man.
It's like the showdown.
I know.
All they need is that, what is it, Michael Jackson? What was the song where they're all coming together?
Yeah, is it Beat It?
Beat It?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Beat It going on right now?
I know, dude. I'm kind of humming that in my head
right now?
as I'm watching this, yeah. Man, very, very stylish shots, man. Rodriguez is the king.
It's the last thing he's done. Like shooting-wise.
Man, I'd have to look that up. I know he's into the Spy Kids movies.
I'm not a real fan of those.
I'm not a big fan either.
My kids are, but I'm not.
Yeah, see, I know he kind of does that for his kids, but I'm more of a fan of this Rodriguez. Like, when he does films like this, Desperado, Machete, his exploitation stuff is really cool. Even Planet Terror. Planet Terror is fucking kick-ass.
Did he do Machete too?
He did.
Oh, crap.
But I love it.
Oh, no.
I love it, man. Dude, Lady Gaga.
No.
Who else was in? Oh, man, it had Mel Gibson shows up at the end of fucking
Machete. They put him in there to try to save it. I just couldn't take the whole rocket ride.
When he goes to space. Oh, dude, it's completely over the top, but it's meant to be that way. Like, you have to appreciate it for that.
Well, okay, let me say this. Maybe if I watch it, because, Wolf Cop is kind of over the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I liked it.
And maybe I have a personal bias, because I love Robert Rodriguez, and I just think that, like, since he knew he was doing the sequel, he knew he would have to ham it up. I mean, the first Machete is way better. I'll give you that. But
could you have not just done Thanksgiving?
I know. I'm still waiting.
Like, where's Thanksgiving at?
I'm still waiting for that movie to come out.
Uh-oh.
Eli Roth, where are you at, man?
I like how they
Thanksgiving.
Insinuated Tarantino's best trait here at his forehead.
Yeah, he got the big ass forehead.
He kind of looks like Frankenstein. Frankentino.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe he doesn't want to kill his brother.
Man.
He also kind of looks like the Moonface demon in, like, Nightbreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Nightbreed. Another good one. Another classic. Oh,
he went right back to his brother.
Rodriguez is doing... he did Sin City, A Dame to Kill For right after he did Machete Kills.
I haven't seen The Dame to Kill For. I've seen a little bit of it.
Yeah,
not the whole thing.
Yeah, we watched it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
He directed some of the episodes of From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. I don't know. There's a movie called Red 11. I don't. Machete Kills in Space. Supposedly that is supposed to happen.
Oh.
It doesn't have a date attached to it though, and it says Escape from New York. Like he's going to do the remake of that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Let's just skip over that.
yeah. I don't want to talk
Snake
about that.
Plissken is a badass. There's only one.
Yeah.
Now,
And dude,
I'd be interested if, well, no, because it's a remake, right? If it was like a newer one and he was older,
yeah.
what would it be? If it was like now that he's like in his 60s.
If they did like a sequel?
Yeah, Escape from the Retirement Home, or would they have Retirement Island?
Yeah, I think that I don't remember who I was talking to about this. But like Escape from Florida or some shit. Like,
oh yeah, okay, that was me you were talking about. Yeah, there you go.
He has to like get past all these like life-threatening fucking hurricanes and then he has to escape from the nursing home, and I don't know. It would just, I mean, that's something to build on. It's an idea to build.
It's an idea.
Yeah.
Would he still be wearing the leather?
Of course. Yeah. Kurt Russell could still rock that shit. I'd rather see.
Did Hateful Eight bring Kurt Russell's career back?
Yeah, that and God, what was the other one he did around that time, where he played like almost the same fucking character?
The one that I say is
Bone Tomahawk.
The one that's like I like, but then again, I can't stand everybody's all clean and pretty throughout the whole movie.
I love Bone Tomahawk, man. Yeah.
I guess it just didn't give me the Western feel.
Dude, I loved it, but
I will say is good story.
Yeah, it reminded me of the old John Ford westerns. Yeah.
I guess also I'm Mr. Continuity, or like when I think the walls look like styrofoam.
You thought it looked a little too pristine
when he gets to the jail, but those cannibals were amazing. I love the throat noise. I wanted more to learn more about them than
it didn't delve enough into those creatures. And like Bone Tomahawk was another movie kind of like this one. It crossed genres.
Yep. I'll give you that.
Successfully crossed genres, and that's hard to do, man. Anytime you can, anytime you cross genres, it's hard to do. That is a delicate balance, but
and to do it smoothly.
Yeah, but Tarantino is a fucking master at it. Man, what's up with this Robert Rodriguez movie? I know you've heard of this, but it says the content of this film is currently a secret, because it's due to be revealed only when the title is released in 2115, and it's a movie called 100 Years. Do you remember hearing about that?
No.
It was like John.
This movie's going to be released in 14?
100 years from now. So 100 years from whenever they made the announcement.
We'll never see it.
No, we're not going to see it. No, John Malkovich wrote it, and Robert Rodriguez directed it, and supposedly it's not going to be released until 2115. Isn't that fucking mind-blowing, dude? That's like
the Wu-Tang album we'll never get to hear.
Yeah, it's that same thing. Yes. Yep.
Was the album that great? Is the album worth that much money?
We'll never know.
I was a late bloomer to the Wu-Tang Clan, so.
Yeah. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
They went into movies.
They did. I think, one of them even worked with Tarantino.
Was it the Iron Fist shit?
Well, I think didn't RZA do the soundtrack on Kill Bill?
Yeah.
Might be wrong about that, but right here. When Tom Savini gets bit, it's supposedly Howard Berger that bit him.
Howard Berger. I was gonna say it was Nicotero, but couldn't really tell.
I think he already killed Nicotero.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like right here, I mean, I would say, let's see, what are we, an hour and 15 into this? This has got to be the third act.
Well, they're coming together. They just fought the big battle. They fought their Gettysburg.
Yeah. And see, and this is kind of like George Clooney's expositional moment. He's like, basically like, oh, they're fucking vampires. We don't know what they are. They're trying to suck our fucking blood. I don't believe in them, but, we got to do something about it. We got to deal with it. I always kind of like that simplistic approach, too, that they took with this movie, because it's kind of like Assault on Precinct 13 and Halloween, even, with Michael Myers. You have evil coming after you, and you just know that you have to stop it. That's it. They don't waste a whole bunch of time with the legacy or the background of everything that happened at this bar.
Yes, we got some fucked up shit, and
we got to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just you got to survive.
Who cares how it got here?
Yeah, and this is a really character-driven piece. Like,
if it was Deep Blue Sea, like the shark would come up right now.
Yeah, he's having like a.
Is this a Samuel L. Jackson moment?
Yeah, he's having a Sam Jackson moment.
I need you and you.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Oh, they don't know he's been bit yet.
No, they don't. And that was a really... See, when I was talking about the comedy earlier, that's a good example. About, like, the Sam Raimi type comedy where Tom Savini's, like, trying to, like, cover himself up. He doesn't want anybody to know, and he's sitting there, like, transforming into a vampire, like, right in front of him. That's a highly comedic moment. And, that's when I realized that this wasn't strictly just a horror film. This kind of goes into comic book territory, and at times it seems a little cartoonish.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me watch this and see how this happens.
Dude, it's goofy. It's meant to be goofy. It's very intentionally humorous.
Tell me what, right now? Like starting right now?
No, it's when Fred Williamson starts going off on his Vietnam story.
Point it out to me.
Yeah. It's after all this, but...
Has the son done anything? Has he killed anybody yet? I missed that.
Yeah, he's been...
So he's popped his vampire version?
Yeah, I would say so. Popped his cherry, so to speak.
I think I said version, though, instead of virgin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they've all been killing vampires. Every one of them.
I think I missed his.
Juliette Lewis has been kicking some ass. But I like this moment right here. It's like, you expect George Clooney to just start beating the fuck out of him. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't because he respects him.
Yeah.
And he's like,
But I think he also...
He's like, you're a mean motherfucking servant of God. He's like, you can bless this water. You can make crosses. Mm-hmm. You can do this. It's like a story of redemption.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's doing. Yeah.
It's, it's kind of cool in that aspect.
Man, their acting is just too good.
It is good. I can watch any movie with Harvey Keitel. I don't know if he's really done anything bad.
Movies like this, Tarantino or Rodriguez movies, are probably going to be pretty hard to do commentaries on because when you look at the screen, you just automatically start to get sucked into it.
You're transfixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens every Tarantino movie.
Yeah. And this is the kind of movie you just don't make fun of either.
No, it's a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, there's not one bad thing I can say about it.
Okay, so is this the comical part here?
Yeah, this is the moment when the whispers, he starts hearing the whispers, and but everybody's distracted, because they're hearing Fred Williamson talk about his war story, and Savini's off by himself, and it's just, dude, it's comical. It's like, it's very funny. You can take it because you got no choice.
They like him from that side. You notice that?
Yeah. I love this fucking story too, man. This does nothing for the plot.
Is he still around today?
Fred Williams, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know how old he is?
I love this story that, he's an old fuck now, but hell, he was old when he did this. But yeah, I love the story because it like enriches his character so much, but it does nothing for plot. It does nothing for plot. It's just like this
dude's a badass.
Yeah, it's like a provisional distraction for the moment when Tom Savini's hands come creeping up on him, and it was kind of unpredictable.
Okay, so here's the voices.
Yeah.
Sex machine, kill them.
Yeah.
Kill them.
Join us.
But he's also telling like a really commando style story.
Yeah.
Like this rivals some Arnold shit.
And dude, he's like going off like this whole moment right here, he's just talking about how many men he stabbed, you know? And people are just watching him. They're just watching him fucking like mime this whole stabbing motion. Yeah, but this right here, it's like Savini doesn't want to turn into one.
Well, okay, well, would you?
No, but the fact that he's aware of it is just funny. You know.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that right there.
Yeah. He's
oh yeah, look at his face.
Yeah.
Now, dude, if it was you, and you knew you were turning into a vampire,
yeah,
I'd just immediately run. I'd be like, shit, I got this cool shit. I'm just gonna run. I don't want to kill or fight these dudes. I'm fresh. Fuck it. I'll just run and hide.
Yeah. I would embrace it at that point if I turned into a vampire, because the Lost Boys made it seem so fucking cool.
Didn't it? Didn't it?
It did. Oh shit! There we go.
Was that Splinter biting him? Oh no! I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, he gets bit. Harvey Keitel gets bit.
No.
Yep.
I disagree with that. Oh shit! No, not my baby. She's my baby love, my baby love. I like
how this dude just fucking puts his hands up like he's gonna do something.
Oh, here he goes. I like this guy when he becomes a vampire.
What are you gonna do about it? Come on, sex machine!
Man, look at that makeup.
I know, it's fucking...
They're the best in the business. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they are. Well, they learned from Savini, dude. I mean, they kind of took what Savini taught them and they ran with it.
Yeah, and I mean, they're up to date in it, too, you know?
I would say...
Dude, that's awesome.
I would say that Nicotero has kind of surpassed Tom Savini.
But I feel like it.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Savini kind of stopped. Probably with the transition of era of special effects, or even like the cameras were getting better. So
it's like one of the last big things that Savini did was Argento's Trauma, which was like 93.
We watched that, didn't we?
Yeah. Which was good, but like I feel like Nicotero got more into the creature side of it, whereas Savini was just doing like gore, like just typical kills. Prosthetic stuff, typical like makeup effects.
Not creatures.
Yeah, although he did in Creepshow, and I think I saw this old interview with Tom Savini where he was like, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to create monsters, but he kind of became known as the zombie guy and like known for cutting people's heads off and which is fine. I mean, Savini's career is legendary, but I feel like what KMB were doing in the 80s. I mean, they got their hands on just about every fucking cool horror movie there was in the 80s. And they didn't just stop there.
No.
Oh, holy shit. Man, if I saw that.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was creative, too, how he created the cross with the fucking bat and the shotgun. That is fucking genius.
Man. These suits are even cool, dude. These costumes, look at that.
Yeah.
That's that right there. Their bodies you're seeing are probably like the first, like what he does for Walking Dead now.
Yeah.
At times,
Yeah.
That's the first attempts at those zombie suits, because you could just put that on a zombie, but they've given it a vampire head.
Yeah. Dude's probably got so many people working for him now.
Man, who was in is it Demon Knight? Did you already say the special effects on them? Did I already forget?
Demon Knight?
Yeah, wasn't that or the Tales from the Crypt movie?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, what about it?
Who were the special effects that did those creatures?
Oh, I don't know. I'd be interested to look that up, because I don't know if KMB did the effects on that one.
Because those creatures were really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just look that up.
I feel so sorry for my girl. And he seems to be going crazy.
Did
he get bit?
Who?
Did I miss something? No, he lives, doesn't he? Mr. Clooney.
Yeah, Clooney lives totally.
Yeah, he totally looks.
Everybody else
exhausted,
dies,
though.
man.
Yeah.
It's Clooney and Juliette Lewis are the only two to make it out.
Yeah. Look at that blood. I like the whole blood. Kind of reminds me of the 30. Oh, there goes a vampire movie. Or is it a 30 Days a Night?
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
Are those vampires?
That's a vampire.
That's
movie.
vampires.
Yeah,
I consider it vampires. That's a good one though.
It is,
and a good modern one. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I want a good vampire story. They need to really bring back the scary vampire.
Yeah, I don't feel like they have in years. I haven't seen a really effective vampire story. Maybe they're just played out. I don't know.
Nah, we're just in this like horror comedy era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said something about Juliette Lewis a while ago that reminded me. Oh, have you ever listened to her band?
I think I have.
I don't know if she's still in the band anymore, but it was called Juliet and the Licks.
Yeah, I think I actually.
I've got one of her albums.
Okay,
it's actually pretty sweet.
That's where I've listened to it then.
Yeah.
Condom bombs.
Yeah, I always thought that was really creative how they created all these weapons, especially that one, dude. Clooney's fucking whatever the fuck that thing is.
It looks like the thing in Bad Biology that he sticks in his like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Folks, if you have not seen Bad Biology, it is a movie by Frank Henenlotter, the director of Basket Case, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, you have to see it. We can't. Yeah, if we say any more, the experience will not be there. You just gotta go head first into that one.
I didn't know shit about that movie before I dove into it. And it was fucking crazy.
I will not. I have a bad memory, but that one I will never remember.
No, you don't.
I will never forget that movie. I mean.
Yeah. I'm looking up Demon Knight, and I don't think K&B were involved in that.
Well, whoever did a really good job.
Kevin Yeager, the guy who worked on some Freddy films.
Okay, well, I bought him.
He did the Freddy makeup, yeah. Kevin Yeager was also involved in the Chucky movies, I think, too.
He's like, is this where he's telling them they need to freaking grow up?
He's like, you need to fucking kill me when I turn, bitch.
Okay.
Ooh. I like how George Clooney's got all these ticks. In
yeah,
this movie. You ever notice he's got all these ticks?
Well, I just noticed that one. Has he had it since Have they started since the tension here, or were they even in the beginning?
No, in the beginning, too. Okay, he had these little twitches and these ticks, and, like, I don't know if it was part of his character, but, like, George Clooney's always moving his head. Mm-hmm. Always kind of, like, bobbing his fucking head. And I heard this story. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard this story where, like, Steven Spielberg told fucking George Clooney, like, man, you would be one hell of a leading man if you would just keep your fucking head still. Because supposedly, like, dude, if you watch George Clooney, I know we haven't really been paying, like...
I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, I see it.
Just moves his fucking head a lot like a bobblehead.
He was doing it really bad, I think, when it... maybe when they were RV and he was talking, or one time when he was talking to Harvey Keitel.
When he's trying to, like, stress a point or accentuate something in his dialogue, it's like he really felt the need to, like, move his head like a bobblehead doll, you know. And I think he quit that in subsequent films, you know, since Spielberg brought it up. Yeah, probably got self-conscious as fuck about it.
I kind of quit following him. George Clooney, yeah. I've watched a few things with him, but
his work with the Coen brothers was always good.
See, I watched, was it Hail Caesar that he was in?
Yeah. Hail Caesar is a good fucking movie.
I couldn't make it past the... there's one scene where they're on a set and the cowboy comes in. Mm-hmm. I quit.
I think you need to give that one another go.
I was watching it with my mom.
Yeah, no,
and
you need to...
she's not the biggest fan of certain types of movies.
Yeah, which would make the
viewing
experience a little bitter.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched movies with people before, and if they weren't into it, I wasn't into it. Even if I loved it, I would just be like, I gotta change the energy in here. Like, this motherfucker needs to leave so I can enjoy this movie. You know. But yeah, like Hail Caesar was good, and Clooney is just the one thing I respect about Clooney is he's still selective with his choices. He doesn't just go out and do shit movies.
Well, yeah, didn't he do like a drama or something recently, Descendants or something like that?
Yeah, that was a while back, I think. Yeah. But
I just don't. I want to see him in something other than, I guess, a drama.
Yeah. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Is brilliant.
I'll give you that one.
That is brilliant. But that's the Coen brothers once again. You know.
I'll give you that one.
But I almost wish he would do another role like this, like Seth Gecko.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see him do something completely different.
Because in this movie, he's saying fuck left and right. He's just a badass, man, and I don't see him doing a vampire movie nowadays.
No.
Which is a shame.
I don't see him getting chased by tomatoes anytime soon.
No.
Dude, that is Shredder. That's Shredder on or not Shredder, Splinter. That's Super Splinter.
Yeah, dude, it almost looks like...
How cool would that be to shoot that scene or to work with that animatronic monster?
Oh, it would have been fucking awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. It looks like one of those creatures from the movie Dead Alive. The Peter Jackson movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Would you say that's an underrated movie? Or is it gained super popularity now?
Yeah, it's really popular now.
Cult.
Especially since Peter Jackson's career has blown up.
Blown up? Would you say it's gotten better?
Yeah. I mean, because when I was younger, Peter Jackson, nobody knew about him.
Mm-hmm.
And when he started doing Lord of the Rings, that's when I was like, man, fuck, he sold out.
Yeah, he became big time. But they're all the same now. Everything's the same.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see something, his old stuff.
Yeah, like Bad Taste.
Bad Taste, yes.
Dead Alive, The Frighteners, Meet the Feebles,
Yeah, I just got tired. You see the first few Lord of the Rings or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. That's all you need to see, but they just keep continuing.
Yeah. It's really a boring story when you think about it.
I mean, I can't say that. I've read the books, but
yeah.
I just tired of seeing the same thing.
And it seems like a lot of directors and even actors, talking about George Clooney doing this movie and then going on to bigger, better things. It seems like a lot of directors and actors get their start in the horror genre, which I really respect.
Yep. That's what's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks so cool. This is a vampire.
Yeah. I like how all the vampires have their own unique look.
Mm-hmm.
You notice
that's the Deadite thing.
Yeah, they don't look the same.
Deadites had their own kind of look.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, that'd be so screwed up.
Yeah.
That looks good,
Look at that fucking makeup, man. It's just... Supposedly, I think this movie... of course, it was in trouble from the MPAA. And supposedly they used green blood. And they didn't change anything. They just gave the vampires green blood. So that, it would get an R rating.
Okay.
Ooh,
so human blood's okay, but if you put too much blood coming through vampires, it's too much blood and you got
yeah, it makes no sense.
It's kind of like the green ketchup. It never made any sense.
Yeah. I liked it though.
Really? I couldn't do it.
Green ketchup?
Yeah, at that time my family had birds, so every time I squirted it out, it just looked like bird shit.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they made all kinds of colors too, didn't they? Like purple and...
I think there was some pink butter once.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I'd forgotten all about that.
Yeah, that was a fad that came and went.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this moment, I can remember feeling really hopeless for these two. I was starting to think the shit wasn't going to look very good for them.
Right. Yeah, they're being cornered, man. Yeah, daylight's the only thing that can save them at this point.
Man, can you think of another vampire movie that we haven't? 30 Days a Night.
I know there's more.
What about Friday Night 2?
Friday Night 2. As much as I respect Tommy Lee Wallace, I was not a fan of Friday Night 2.
I mean, I can't count it in the upper echelon of vampire movies.
No, did you ever watch the remake of Fright Night? The one with Colin Farrell?
Yeah, I did.
And you know they did a Fright Night 2 after that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, I don't think.
Yeah. I haven't either. I think I've seen parts of it. But, supposedly the Fright Night 2 remake is not a remake of the original Fright Night 2. It's a remake of the original Fright Night. So it doesn't make much sense. It's not actually a sequel to the remake of Fright Night. I'd have to go.
I'm confused. All I'm hearing is like, oh, they just rebooted it again.
Yeah, they did exactly, and they just called it part two. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a good way of putting it. They just rebooted it again. Like it wasn't a sequel to the remake.
So there's like a whole kid next door to a vampire house, and
yeah, no, that's what it was. It was a remake of the original Fright Night, which is what Fright Night the remake was supposed to be.
I thought it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, loosely, yeah. But
oh, there he goes again. That's awesome how he
Cheech, yeah. I love how Cheech just pops up like
I feel like I've seen
three times in this movie.
That big ass cowboy right there before.
You have. He was in Desperado. Both of those guys, all these dudes were in Desperado. All three of those motherfuckers.
You know, if you saw a place called, what was that place called? The Titty Twister?
Yeah.
Would you be able to stop? And it had all the bikers and shit. I think my social anxieties would go through the roof.
Maybe. But you get a few beers in me and some tits.
Yeah, I was about to say,
just flash some titties in front of my face. I think that social anxiety might go away. It'd be a rough environment. But
were they psychos? They were freaking vampires. Now, what happened after this one? Like, there's with the Dusk Till Dawn 2.
Oh God, we haven't even talked about the sequels yet.
I mean, I think I've seen part 2, but honestly, I don't know.
We watched part 2 recently.
Well, then I watched it from my mind.
Remember it opened up, and it's.
Wait, is there like a bank or something and a group of... Okay,
mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's got Woody Harrelson's brother in it. It was directed by Scott Spiegel, the guy who did that movie Intruder, which I fucking love. I love Intruder. Mm-hmm. But he ruined the sequel of From Dusk Till Dawn, man. Remember it opened up, it had Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and it had Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
And they were in the elevator at the beginning. And...
yeah, it's starting to ring a bell.
But then, Robert Patrick, the T-1000 was in it. And he had
all you have to do is say that, and I know who it is.
Yeah, he had his group of friends come together, and they were supposed to be pulling a night job on this bank. And one of them goes to the Titty Twister because his fucking truck broke down or something. And Danny Trejo is there, and he gets bit, and then he goes back, and then starts. Yeah. Systematically fucking turning everybody into a vampire.
SWAT team come in there towards the end or something.
Yeah, the police, yeah.
Now, 3 I've never seen.
3, The Hangman's Daughter, I'd have to go back and watch that too. I think it had Rebecca Gayheart in it. It's got Michael Parks in it too, playing a completely different character. But I remember liking part 3 a little more than part 2.
Any directors? Who are they?
I don't remember anybody.
So it's not Rodriguez, it's not the Rodriguez group.
I think Rodriguez was a producer, but that's about it. But yeah, part 3 was pretty decent. It's not. I don't know. Part 2 is definitely the worst one.
If you created a franchise and you produced it and everything, would you not want to just continue to write and direct it to make sure that it stays true, or would you want to just pass the reins on to just whoever?
I feel like depending on what it was, I would want to pass the reins on. sort of hand the torch over because
just sell it, take the money, and
exactly. Well, you can only come up with so many ideas, and at a certain point, it's like you got to hand it off to different writers and directors. I feel like because they can take your idea and actually run with it, and you're not burdened by any of that. I know like when Wes Craven, pretty much like gave everybody complete autonomy to do whatever they wanted with Freddy. That was fine with him because he didn't want to make any sequels anyway. And the same can be said for Friday the 13th, where Sean Cunningham was like, fuck, I don't care. Like, do whatever you want with this Jason guy. I don't give a shit about Jason. But, I'm sure, a lot of those directors look back on it now and are like, damn, that's a really successful franchise. But at the time, they probably weren't thinking that it was going to do anything big.
Well, I can say they didn't fuck up the Freddy.
No.
I mean, Freddy is the number one.
Yeah. But it was different. It was different. Had Wes Craven done all of them, they would have been a little more cohesive, maybe. But I love this ending, by the way. This like obvious matte shot.
AVP ending.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what that's the AV. The aliens are down there, deep down in there.
Dude, yes. I miss the matte paintings, dude. Yeah, it just kind of shows that ancient temple.
Oh, it's been there for a while. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's a badass ending, but yeah, we're seeing the closing credits. I'm going to see if there's an actor that we forgot about.
Chet Pussy.
Yeah.
Chet Pussy.
Yeah.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin all over this fucking movie. Mark Lawrence. I forgot Mark Lawrence was in this movie. He was an old character actor. But yeah, that was from Dusk Till Dawn.
So, where do you rank this? I know we probably already talked about this again, but let's get this into the review. Where do you rank this one, and what do you give it? In your thoughts.
Well, I would say I'm gonna go for my popcorn kernel rating. I'm going to have to give this movie a 4. I'd give it a 4. I think as a horror film, there's certain things missing. As a horror hybrid film, like I think it beautifully combines action, comedy, exploitation, and even like a crime drama. It's got a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. I think that's really what makes it work. But it's just not. It's not like a pure vampire film though. Like I can't look at this movie the same way I look at Salem's Lot or Fright Night, because those are pure vampire films, and you're not dealing with all these different subplots. But and that's no complaint against this movie at all. But
it's like an action.
Yeah, this was more
action horror.
Yeah, this was more action driven.
It's like I mean, I know they're vampires, but there's a mass of them. They're almost like, I mean, they're vampires. There's just a lot of killing.
Yeah, they're not going for scares in this movie either. Yeah. They're going for thrills, which is completely different. I think they.
It's like a Rambo movie.
Yeah. And I think that going back to Robert Kurtzman wanting to make this movie, he's wanting to make a movie that showcased his special effects. So automatically you're not going to focus on the scares as much. You're gonna be focused more on the gore and the action and just more of the red stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I give it a 4 out of 5. I think Robert Rodriguez this is probably one of his best films because I think around this time he was doing some of his best work. And I have a soft spot for it. Like I said, this was the first screenplay I ever bought and read. Actually just read through it and studied like the art of dialogue and I noticed that a lot of the characters were really long-winded. Like Tarantino was really good about not rambling on. Like anytime his characters talk, every word has substance, even though it may seem like they're rambling for a long time.
And it's pushing. Yeah,
it's pushing the story forward, and it's also pushing, characterization. But I'd have to say that's probably my favorite thing about this movie were the characters. I mean,
So the writing.
Yeah, I mean the writing's very strong. Like that's one thing that makes any Tarantino movie. But as a genre film, this to me it ranks really high as a vampire film. It ranks high on the list, but it's also not as pure as say Near Dark or The Lost Boys or.
Would you throw Interview with a Vampire in there with those?
Yeah, yeah, I would.
On the softer side.
Yeah, that's not one of my favorites. That's part of the whole Anne Rice.
Anne Rice sex vampires.
Yeah. It's a little different.
It's like they're still kind of like right there with the vampire, but sprinkle a little fairy dust on them, and then you've got Twilight.
Yeah,
because it's almost like that's what Twilight seemed to come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the other vampires are like that. What about Bram Stoker's?
Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah. That was done by Francis Ford Coppola, and that's not a bad. It's not a bad film,
but it just doesn't have the. Would
it's
you say the pacing as these other ones we're talking about, like Fright Night?
It's more of like it's more from that romantic period.
I got you. Yeah.
It's different. It's like the story of Dracula.
Yeah, I see the classification. Both of those would fit in there.
Yeah, it's not just about like bloodsuckers, and
right.
They did something different in the '80s with vampires. They with the Lost Boys, it was like a cult,
Yes.
But,
oh man, Lost Boys was awesome.
Yeah.
Frog Brothers.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to your review. I mean,
I give it a 4.
4.
I think I like Rodriguez, especially here with this movie. Tarantino, of course, writing. The acting is amazing. You couldn't have a better cast.
There's not one bad actor in this movie at all.
No, they're all good. Yeah. The look.
Even the fucking Chinese boy. It was great.
Like, the look of the film, the feeling it gave me. I'm a big person off of, I guess, cinematography and look, and it, was amazing. Special effects were good.
Yeah. A lot of highly stylized choices.
The way it starts off as one film and then all of a sudden just sends you on a wild crate. It's almost like it predators you.
Yeah, it is like Predator in that aspect. How it just changes tone. It is.
I think maybe,
I would say that like this was the first time I'd ever seen a tonal shift like that. But since you brought up Predator, it's a lot like that because with Predator being sort of a, like a war film. They're in the jungle fighting gorillas. And
then all of a sudden,
this fucking alien shows up. Yeah, just out of the blue, and you're not expecting it.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoy this movie.
Great comedy too.
I think this is what really turned me on to Tarantino.
Yeah.
I immediately, I think, went and got Reservoir Dogs. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I watched that.
Yeah.
And I've pretty much followed his career. Anything he puts out, I will go watch.
Yeah. The first thing I ever saw from Tarantino was Pulp Fiction. And after that, I was sold.
I might have seen that. I just can't remember when I saw that one. I just remember this one in theater. Pulp Fiction, I did not see in the theater.
No, I didn't either. I actually heard that it got really bad reviews when it first came out. I don't think people knew how to take it. They were like, "Oh, this is something different, so let's shit on it," But Tarantino really set a precedent for a lot of those indie films to come. Especially the '90s. That was just such a genre-defining.
He is one of my favorite filmmakers.
Yeah.
And, had he directed this, I wonder if it could have gotten a 5.
I don't know.
That's
It's hard to say because he would have been working with the same script, and he would have been working, I'm sure, with a lot of the same cast and crew. And
do you think he went over the stuff with Rodriguez?
Yeah,
since
totally.
They were buddies, kind of like the whole,
No,
what was it with the Poltergeist?
Where Spielberg and Tobe Hooper were working together. Yeah, because when you watch Poltergeist, you don't really see Tobe Hooper as much as you see Spielberg, and that's why I think when you watch From Dusk Till Dawn, it feels like a Tarantino movie, although it has that Rodriguez grit to it.
The grit, the dirt, the heat. Oh man.
Yeah, but but even this movie even has the trunk POV shot, you know, and then it's got the fucking. I mean, we're in a Tarantino universe in here. You had the big Kahuna burger, you know, the fast food bag, and you know, I don't know. It just feels like a Tarantino film, but yeah, I think that they worked so closely together on this film. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Tarantino was on set a lot,
I imagine.
But and the only reason he didn't direct it was
he's acting.
He wanted to focus on the acting part, which I think was a good choice.
Bit. Yeah,
good creative choice there.
All right, well, man, I give it a 4.
Yeah, I give it a 4, and man, it's funny to think about how John Travolta was offered the role of Seth Gecko. Can you imagine that?
No.
If John Travolta had played Seth Gecko, Jesus. And I think Tim Roth was offered the role, Michael Madsen. But then I'm glad they got George.
John Travolta would have probably acted like Michael Jackson and given the character like a weird feel.
Yeah, it would have been weird. I mean, he turned it down to do Pulp Fiction.
Well, so that fit for him.
Better choice. But yeah, I mean,
Sam Jackson.
Man, I would have loved to have seen Sam Jackson in this movie.
Yeah. I guess this is before their budding friendship.
Yeah, like, I mean, not to put Fred Williamson down, but
Samuel
had Sam Jackson played Frost, holy shit, that would have been good.
That's actually man, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was From Dusk Till Dawn. It appears we rated about the same. Yeah. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. So I guess we're gonna
sign on out.
Yeah. My name is Dick.
I'm Chad.
And you've been listening to Popcorn on the Macabre. And we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.